I can't see this anymore. I can't see this post anymore. I can't hear this music anymore.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it.
So we're halfway through 2025 already, and let's just see what kind of bullshit has the fashion community been on lately this year, man. I think it's time we can dissect the best and worst trends of the year.
男ならそれよりも先にもう一つの尊いものに出会っているはずです。
Acne Studios Denim Jeans.
Let's talk about Trump law, because this was a fashion trend that started off pretty well towards the latter half of 2024.
Hey, mama. I'm like, damn, boy.
I really liked what Acne Studios were doing, especially with their jeans and this whole type of Trump law illusionary design. Balenciaga also had some really cool stacked pants designs too, but I knew we couldn't have nice things for too long, because you know what happened after people realized these were coming up in popularity?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
This is not even funny anymore, because I actually liked the initial idea at the start, you know? This was really innovative and kind of unique to me. But you motherfucking IG brands had to just ruin everything, didn't you?
Today we are talking about the return of the
Hedi. So this whole niche Hedi Slimane craze and the whole celebration of twink physiques, this has been crazy to witness this year. Men wanting to be skinnier than their girls is actually wicked to me, but I kind of refuse to believe this is actually happening in the real world. I really think this is just another case of being chronically online, because outside of this whole little internet bubble we have here, go outside and touch some grass.
Ah, the weather's nice out here, man.
Bro, nobody is that obsessed. Maybe these small niche underground sub communities, right? They be kind of glazing this whole type of look, but nobody in actual real life is that obsessed with this look, which I don't say in a negative context. That's not a bad thing. Sub communities are rising and holding their own distinct cultures and tastes. It's kind of one of the best things about creative hobbies and passions like fashion, right? But I'm just saying this to kind of put some perspective on how this whole narrative that everybody's trying to get into Hedi Slimane, like, come on, guys, that's cap, guys. Please, it is not that serious. This thing might have its moment, and it might even indirectly influence mainstream culture to a degree. Funny enough, I actually do think baggy clothing is slightly on its way out, so this whole Hedi Slimane type craze might just be the cusp of the great shift which might be happening in a few couple years. But you guys, you Pinterest boys ain't ready for that conversation, man. We'll save that for another time. Overall, this is more of a niche style to me, and I don't really think it's as prevalent as the internet might make it seem to be. Now, this couldn't be a 2025 trends video without me addressing one of the biggest, hottest toys / accessories of the year.
Boy,
Now, I know China been getting paid because this toy has broken the internet. And I actually read a concept explaining the sudden craze for this toy being linked to signs of economic downturn. So during times of economic downturn and economic uncertainty, people actually adjust their spending habits and adjust their consuming behaviors. Instead of shifting, in the context of fashion, right? Instead of having these big luxury purchases like these designer handbags, people will opt for smaller, more affordable luxuries, which I think kind of created this platform and perfect environment for the Labubu to take over. I think this concept also explains the growing rise and shift into foods as experiential branding for luxury fashion houses. Have you guys noticed these fun, playful foods and drinks brands like Prada, Jacquemus, who else, Loewe be doing, right? These kind of small little purchases, it's just the perfect opportunity for consumers to get a bit of that exclusivity and a little taste of something special without the big price tag. And clever companies are bouncing on this opportunity. The whole fashion space in 2025 is de-influencing away from these big ticket luxury purchases, and we're now shifting to more accessible things like designer luxury soaps, designer fucking ice creams. Like, you guys know, they be just coming out with ridiculous shit, but this isn't kind of just the whole narrative of 2025. Ain't nobody really trying to spend crazy money on just ridiculous hype shit anymore. It just made the perfect environment for the Labubu. And there's also a bit of a psychological component with gambling too, because apparently, right, you don't even know which Labubu toy you're finna get when you buy the boxes or whatever, right? Which I can kind of relate, you know, I get that same gambling through when I'm posting these videos, man. You just never know which one gonna flop and which one gonna go crazy, right? Now, we need to talk about the rise of running culture in 2025. I do know health and wellness has been climbing in popularity and importance in people's minds for the past few years, right? But particularly this year, I've seen this huge growing wave of a new identity and community associated with the activity of running. Everybody wants to show off their 5K times, their marathon times, and I'm all for it, man. You guys been known I love and I always preach about health and fitness here. And if anything, this is just encouraging me to finally start cardio max scene and get out of this weird 2014 dogma I had brainwashed into me, you know, about cardio kills gains and type shit. So this, I'm all for this, guys. We love to see motherfuckers running. Running has become a lifestyle platform for people to engage with, and it's brought about this whole new identity and subculture to the scene that's influenced style, emphasizing functionality and sport-specific garments, kind of like, you know, compression shorts, running visors. It sort of makes me recall the whole advent of Goldcore back in 2020, 2021 that brought into mainstream style activity-specific garments like, well, in Goldcore's case, tech jackets and Solomon sneakers.
Big fella!
Riding from the Adidas Samba wave, the culture is still loving slimmer silhouetted sneakers. Kill Bills, Sambas, Puma Street Cats still dominate the sneaker choice when it comes to the more high fashion looks that aren't loafers. Now, runners and athletic sneakers are still booming, don't get me wrong, but those are more or less relegated to casual outfits. I'm speaking on the more elevated looks and runway styles. It's still flat, slim sneakers taking front row. You'll literally see a shoe in this sort of style everywhere. It's just so hard to avoid them. The whole flat, slimmer silhouetted sneaker, these shits be everywhere, man. It's so invasive. Kind of like how everyone's been glazing Japan, man. That shit is everywhere. So I did notice this happening slowly in 2024, but 2025, it's in full effect, man. This just really shows how you fashion niggas just love glazing anything that's contrarian or different to the norm. I do think this is more in part of the whole reflection of the glamorization of Japan, like the glazing of Japan overall with, you know, anime, manga. Oh, don't even get me started on matcha too. I say don't get me started on matcha because
I'm a matcha nigga now.
come on, you Japanese boys, you guys knew what you guys were doing with this earthy drink, man. Got a nigga feeling good, bro. I'm sure you see the glaze though everywhere. Everybody's just glazing pedestrian Japanese mall brands. Just slap Japan on anything and it really makes it just stylish. It's instantly stylish. And even Japan is sick of the constant glazing, bro. These motherfuckers are tired of you guys. Now, the last trend we need to talk about in 2025 is the whole creative director musical chairs. I've been noticed this last year and I even predicted this. I just love letting you guys know how right Brian was, you know? It's been crazy because we've seen such shifts in creative direction and leadership of these huge heritage fashion houses, man. And it's kind of an interesting space to be in because this just opens up opportunity for so much innovation. We haven't seen too much in terms of actual new collections or new kind of directions the brands have gone yet, just because everything here is kind of premature. It might even be premature me saying this right now in terms of like best or worst trends, but I just really want to let you guys know 2025 is kind of a transitionary year, I feel. 2024, we're more or less getting over that generic Pinterest look, but 2025, I don't think we've situated on mainstream looks that have kind of taken over the world yet. It really feels like we're in a transitioning stage. And next year will be the year where we start to see more drastic kind of shifts in the whole fashion zeitgeist, right? That's kind of more or less all I had to say though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't really have much to say, guys. Maybe I should start doing like a little outro segment here or...
These Dior cummerbunds crafted by Hedi Slimane feature a split waistband. They draw inspiration from a formal cummerbund.
These are the kids calling me Unk in my comments.